Samantha Stella needs expansion for residential zones. Welcome back to City Skylines. This is not the final episode because there are no certain plans for the next future in Montriana. However, this is the 14th part that I'm doing with the second attempt. Today I'm going to expand the highway near Dismarella. Sneezing causes delays for some reason. And of course, we need 3 squares for the residential houses, and for that, demolish the roads. Place 4 parks to make more happy. And that if there is no electricity. But beware, if there's not enough electricity, turn this thing off for right now. Expand Dismarella or Samantha Stella to make more realistic zoning areas to make more better, but then there are not enough buyers to create a suggested area. Now what we need to do is to create a metro track. Elevation causes more trouble than the other delays. And for some reason, we need 7 squares. And for that reason, we need to build a road before building the elevated railway metro track. 7 squares and others are 3 in that area. Make the area of 3 times 3 or something. 3 times, okay, for some expected in that area. 3 times 3, 5 times. Repeat each step for gravel and road congestion. As I expected, during this time of day, we need something more 3 times 4 and 4 times 3. Or begins to expect with the elevated metro station. And for that should make more 16 squared. Build an elevated metro station, but beware that the frame rate drops itself during that thing here. This time I need to set the vehicle cost modifier. Must be set between everything between 250 to 300 or 50 to 25 at night. And for somewhat, I expected to reset on that area between green or pink. And for that time, I need a park waiting on this situation. The next vehicle is to make the tram more spawning. Others are 25% on at night, 25% at night. And then building must be turned off if there are no buildings nearby. And then set to mid-century modern because I did not buy this game. Then, so what to do right now is to expand the rest of the highways until this point. Every area consists of guided area. If there's no much time, we need to wait another one. Now we need to wait until it comes back. As I understand that if you replace one of these stop signs or traffic lights, there is not enough electricity again, so do not forget to turn this thing off to save money and time. In addition, some quickly workly highway point that leads to another upgradable lanes to make sure if you see something more sequential. And interchanges could be damaged to collision. It is very inaccurate to build an interchange, but it could destroy the rest and waste or later. But then the Y interchange is extremely hard to have some collision, and on the other side is occupied. And for some reasons, I could not elevate the following. And because of that, it's suspiciously hard than I thought if you displace that area. And sometimes I was asking me not to create a Y or trumpet interchange. And sometimes for this expectation, I could not tell me how this happened, and for that later it could destroy the waste of time. And then I should have telling me not to waste time or money if you place too many trees or somewhat. And however, it could disturb as anything else. And then I should have tell you to disturb as a sequential supervision. But then switchbacks, it could be impossible. Switchbacks, new plans to have a great intersection, which is called an unexpected area that leads to unexpectability. That you could eventually go from there until this there, and it should be less unless if you could take some much time to do what it went. And then if you think about it, if you like have some arrangements, and then about 5 minutes and 46 seconds it could lead up to a cry, and it could disturb us as they want. So for some reason it could destroy anything else. And how this happen, if you think twice about this, then and this curved line could lead this at night. It's too dark at night right now, and there's not such thing right there. It's very hard to make a highway on it, and then and you must have a highway ramp on it, and some switchbacks could lead to this distributing, and it's very hard to do this. Now we need to do is to downgrade and others. I could tell you how this happened. So arrangement accidents, landscaping on the hill is cruel on that area, and the elevated railway, it could lead to for some experimental sequential or something. And schools must be placed nearby on that district, and to increase the coverage. And don't forget to place trees on that hilltop area. You could eventually go right there to there. For some reason, I expected to place it too many trees on that side, and as I expected to build more highway. It's very extreme to build a node right there. If you consider placing on that area, and then I should have telling you how this could tell me, and then I don't know you could eventually let's leave it right there. So let's wait for later. A biofuel bus stop must be placed near the elevated metro station, of course, and of course 400 megahertz, not a bus stop, not the original bus depot. A biofuel bus depot, then other frequent bus stops, and there until there, and must be stop on the bus intercity bus hub. And there, and there, it goes from there, and there, and there, and complete the line. This line is called Samantha. The color is orange, and it must be articulated. Set to 200, set between 250 to 300. And in addition, there is no space. Rebuild again. And yeah, I could tell you how this works. And don't forget a bus. For some reason, I could not tell you about. So quickly before you change, I must set everything. But changes do a basic. Must be basic. Convert this highway in after basic. And there are no certain plans. Check the traffic, and don't forget to set the traffic on that area, on that line, because I have no certain plans to decide how it's happening. Don't forget to build a road. Some transit hubs could expand for later. On the 10th episode, there are no certain plans will be coming up in the next quarter or something. And for sometimes, the next quarter could lead to 2 segments at tramway metro hub. Let's think about this right now, because I don't have any more plans to make something more implementing in the future. And of course, and don't forget this time. So coming up next, I do not have any plans to make something more implementation in the future. I'll be back in the next episode.